back to another episode of
Your Secret Safe with me.
With your favorite besties, Tanisha.
In India.
Yes. So for this episode, we're kind of going to get into how we grew up, how we met, our childhood. We grew up in church, so we're going to kind of discuss a little bit about that.
Yes. Have we been friends for 20 plus years?
Yes, a long time. But before we get into that, let's get into some positivity.
Oh, yes.
What's been good this week, girl?
Ooh, what has been good this week? Actually, I feel like I was productive this week. I finally finished editing some content that I have been pushing off just because I was just tired. But finally got that done, and I'm excited to post that. So be on the lookout. It's a Winter Wonderland 2.0 because we did one last year. So we did another one this year. So we'll be posting that soon.
And that looks good. Y'all really be on the lookout for it.
Yes, thank you.
She did her thing on that. Good
So yes, that was a positive this week. What about you?
I was productive too, being a stay-at-home mom. My productivity is doing stuff with my baby, and I've been trying to find little activities. But I felt like this week was really productive, and then yesterday was really productive. Me and my husband went on a date for the first time with just the two of us, without the baby. This is I think this is the first time since our anniversary, April 9th of last year.
I remember y'all did your anniversary dinner.
Yeah, and we were only gone for an hour.
I remember you saying that too.
Quick.
It was quick.
My baby Layla was only 3 weeks at the time. Anyway, so we haven't.
She was 3 weeks?
She was 3 weeks at that time.
Dang.
And we went out to eat. So yesterday was the first time.
So it's been some months.
It's been a long time since we've gone out.
Not a year, but it's been some months.
Yes, not a year quite, but it feels like it. But it was nice. We went bowling, Pinstripes. We had a little brunch. And should
some
I out myself?
Food. Go ahead, out yourself.
Okay, because I texted the girls yesterday when I was out. We went to Pinstripes, and if y'all ain't been to Pinstripes, I don't know how y'all feel about buffets. I don't really mind buffets, but they do have a Saturday and Sunday brunch for $27 and bottomless mimosas and whatever. But so we went out and we did that, and then we went bowling right after. So on our way out the door, I sat in the car and I had a skirt on. First of all, I know what y'all probably gonna say because they already said it.
Why are you wearing a skirt going bowling?
Baby, I was trying to be cute. Listen, again, I ain't been on a date with my husband in a long time. And I was like, oh, this fit is cute.
She tried to keep it fresh.
I was trying to be cute or whatever. And it was like a long skirt, and it already had a slip in the back. Boy, I sat down and it ripped. And my husband was like, well, should you go in and change? And I was like, no, I had a cardigan on, so it covered it. But it ripped, long story short, it ripped all the way up. My whole ass was out.
By the end of the date?
Yes. My whole ass was out. And I showed the girls, and they were like, wow.
Me and Javen thought it was pretty funny. And then I was like, is this more embarrassing than when you turned 18? And sis, another time, I was trying to be fast out here with these tall heels for her 18th birthday. And we went to the movies. Sis ended up buckling. I said, which one was worse? Was it the buckle or the skirt ripping?
And the buckle was definitely worse because people saw that. No one saw the rip in the skirt because I had a cardigan that covered the whole thing. So, and it was a cute fit. I thought it was a cute fit.
It was cute. It was cute.
It was cute. It was not too much. It was not too much, but it was giving enough.
Look, she tried to be too cute on the date and dressed and just toe up. So it's thrown away, and my husband was so embarrassed. And he was like, this is embarrassing. And not him being embarrassed.
Right, not you being embarrassed, nigga.
She should be embarrassed. No.
Yeah, but I wasn't.
I was thankful for that
really.
cardigan.
It was because the cardigan. So anyway. Yeah. But yeah, that was my positive. That was fun. So we'll do it again.
I'm glad y'all had that because that's important. You have kids, get back to y'all too. So I'm glad y'all did that.
Thank you, girl. But let's really get into it.
Yeah, so what we talking about?
So do you want to start off with how we met?
Ooh, okay. So how did we meet? Really, I don't even remember per se. I just know that we grew up in church together. So what? It was about 13 of our moms. It's like
It's a lot of
I hate to say this, but I tease and be like almost like a little cult. Like 13 of the moms
not a cult.
got pregnant around the same time, not all at the same time, but I would say about 13 of them, and we all grew up in church together. Shoot, I wouldn't be able to name them all, so I ain't even gonna try to name. But we grew up in church together since we were babies.
Literally.
And me and Tanisha, I guess we just stuck together the closest.
We're really drawn. I think our parents were pretty close.
Yeah, and our parents were
obviously, but
close
but
as well. Yeah,
like India really like India's mom. India too. She just like her mom. They gonna hold some footage, okay?
Oh,
so
yes,
even
yes.
if we don't really remember, India has some footage that she's already shared before. At like, was it your third birthday?
It
Second
was.
birthday?
I think maybe second birthday at church.
Yeah. And I was there. Our other friends at church were there. But like, that's how long we've known each other. We're going on 30, so we've known each other like literally
30 years,
almost 30 years,
going on 30 years.
But
all our lives.
Yeah. When would you say we like? I mean, because again, we grew up in church, so we're all just kind of close. Yeah. But like, when would you say like we solidify like, oh, this is my best friend?
Best friend. Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Because I think I know.
You know, tell me, because I'm
I think I know.
I don't know, because I always talk about this.
Go ahead, sis, because I knew you was gonna bring this up.
Look. Tanisha, I don't know. She's a little. That's why I just told her. I said your daughter is gonna give you a run for your money, because Tanisha was such a little mischievous one, and she used to pinch me.
I was a bully to India.
She really was, and I was like, how did you become my best friend when your behind used to always scratch me? She used to be like,
damn,
like, what is wrong with this girl?
Yes, India loved to tell that story, and I mean, yes.
It's so funny.
And my mom brings it up too, because talking about Layla, she's
really?
like, she brings up, I don't know why India was friends with you when you would do all that stuff to her. And I really was just a little bully, and I really don't. Well, I know why, because bullies.
You know why?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I think about it now, you were just so easy.
Yeah.
India has always been very like. Well, not you're. I don't feel like you're timid now, but. Younger India, when she was little, like I was very outgoing, very I'm Tanisha, whatever. And India was always very shy and timid and kind of up under her mom, and so she would, bullies, they go for easy targets. And so while you were my friend, it was like, dang, this heifer easy. Like I even remember being like, crybaby, suck your mama titty. Yeah. I used to be so mean to India.
I forgot about that.
She would cry, but like we were still friends.
We were
still friends, and like I don't know, but anyway, since you got that out, I think because I don't think I was your first best friend, really? To be honest, and I only say that because for some reason. Oh, am I good?
Okay, you good.
For some reason, I remember. I don't even remember this girl like you do, but Savannah.
I was say Savannah. Oh, okay. I was like, yeah, Savannah was. Yes. Yeah. And then she moved.
And so maybe you probably would have been still best friends with her if she hadn't moved. I don't know. Whatever. Hey, Savannah, wherever you at, girl. But I think probably I'd say that I thought we were best friends probably like 6. That's when I would say I think. Because I also remember our parents would talk on the phone, and they'd give the phone to us.
And we'll be talking on the phone.
Yes. Hey, girl, what are you doing? Yeah, like, it was so cute and innocent.
Yeah.
So I think that would be the time that I would say, like, obviously we were always friends and we knew each other and we were very comfortable with each other from a young age. But I'd say, like,
that solidified it.
That's my best friend.
Okay.
6 years old. You say so?
I would agree with that. I would. So. That's so funny though, looking back and talking about that. That's funny that your mom said that too, that she remembers that.
She brings that up all the time because Layla
is something else.
She really is something else. And so she brings it up all the time.
That is so funny.
But here we are, going strong.
Here we are, yes, going very strong. Yes. We've been thugging it out for a while now.
For a long time. But yeah, I guess segueing into just, I guess, growing up in church and what that was like. Because
We love church.
Yes, church was a good spot.
Church was fun. I really hate to hear that some people had bad experiences in the church. I'll be like, dang, that's so unfortunate because, man, our church was lit. It was like a real big family. Look, what you want to talk about first? Bible hour?
I mean, yeah, go ahead, go into it.
Shout out to Andrea's dad. We had a couple Bible hour teachers, but I feel like Brother Brown is the one that I remember the most.
Yeah.
Because he was just so charismatic and
high
energy and always had the catchy songs.
Yes.
Ooh, what was the song? How the song go? Ooh.
Don't get me started.
Oh, which one? Oh, dang, I can't think of one. Oh, I'm thinking of multiple because he makes them up. So it's really not like a jingle that you've heard before.
Are they all made up? Because I feel like
some VBS ones too that he did.
There was one I was singing the other day. That's why I'm trying to think because I do know of them too, and it's just not coming to mind.
Yeah. Dang.
I was singing one the other day, and I was like, that's still so catchy even after all these years. Or even singing the books of the Bible.
Yes, exactly. What was that tune? How'd that go?
Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges,
Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings.
Yes.
I think that. Look, that's the only way I would.
I know
it.
All the books of the Bible. So I don't know if he actually came up with that or if that's just, I don't know. But it helped us remember the books of the Bible.
But it just used to be so fun and hype. Like we was getting crunk at church.
We really were. And it was a lot of us. Like
it was
so many of us. Like honestly, I was saying to India earlier that church was really like the highlight of my week. Like, I mean, that's how much fun it was. I mean, I got my best friend, but I also got all my friends. It's a good time. I know we gonna eat. We gonna have some juice. We gonna watch a movie. Like VBS, Bible hour. Like it was just so fun. And even Bible hour, even VBS, it was like back then, it was like a whole week. I know now they don't even do a week. I think it's like a few days.
That week
it was lit. We'd bring our
like,
friends.
What we wearing?
Okay.
What we wearing to VBS?
Yes. It was almost like church was a club. Girl, what you wearing to church? Yes. Oh my goodness.
What you wearing?
What you wearing?
We was not playing. We wasn't playing.
Yes. So, I mean, that's kind of like a moment that sticks out. But we had youth trips. Those were fun.
Youth trips were really fun. I remember one year the tire blew out. Remember that one year? I think we were going to Oklahoma.
I do.
And that tire popped. And we were screaming on that bus. But we survived. But it was so much fun. We had some drama too. On them trips.
Oh yes. There's always gonna be some drama. Especially
when you get older, because at that time you had to be a certain age to go on the youth trips.
You had to be 13, right?
Probably 13.
We was looking forward to getting to that age because we wanted to go on youth trips bad.
We wanted to because we'd be like, everybody else got to go, like the older kids. We'd be like, oh, and they having fun. Because they were going at conferences too. We didn't ever get to go to the conferences.
Yeah.
So they would have conferences the older kids got to go to. By the time we got there, they had stopped going. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. But yeah. And then even during church, we would go to like, we was in the choir.
We was in the choir. We were. She was a soprano. I was an alto.
I was a soprano. She was an alto. And honestly, there weren't too many sopranos. I think it was me.
It was you, Jalen, Silken.
Was
Silken was a soprano.
I thought she was in the alto group.
So, altos was me, Deja, Jazz.
I'm surprised you remember all that. I just remember, I don't remember there being a whole lot of sopranos.
Really?
I don't remember there being a whole lot of sopranos. But anyway, nonetheless, we would go to nursing homes.
I'm going to say the nursing home?
Yes, and go sing for the old folks. And then we would go to like Chuck E. Cheese after.
And then we go to Chuck E. Cheese after.
Oh my goodness.
I remember that.
Yes.
Dang, and we used to be we used to be like, oh, it kind of smells in here. That's so bad. That is so bad. We was kids.
That.
You don't remember that?
I don't remember that.
It used to smell a little bit, but
oh my goodness.
We was kids. You know how kids are. But
exactly.
But that was fun. Yes, we really was giving to the community.
Yeah,
we was helping. We would feed the homeless as well.
We would have lock-ins too. I forgot all about lock-ins.
Y'all ever slept at your church before?
Girl,
those used to be so much fun.
Oh my goodness. Yes,
a time was had.
A time really was had. There was no
we
church
was
like
singing,
us.
We was singing Usher songs on the pew pit. You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
At the lock-in, one of them nights, we was singing Usher's Confessions. I said, Lord.
I don't remember that, but I do remember we used to be steppers too.
Oh, yeah.
Miss Martha.
Steppers for Christ.
Miss Martha had us stepping.
And minding.
Oh, yeah.
Minding.
Dang, I don't.
You never did it?
I don't think I
did that once.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I don't remember.
I remember doing it. I think I did it with, was it Jalen?
That sounds about right.
Because he's a model now.
Yeah, shout out to Jalen. He doing his big thing in New York.
In New York. But I want to say him because I remember me and Jayla be like, "Oh, we're gonna go on So You Think You Can Dance."
Oh, that's so funny. I love it.
The dreams we had. But
I know. Dreams were so big back then.
Man,
dreams were so big. I mean, you could still accomplish them, but they were really big.
They were really big.
Them dreams were big. But one more thing I did want to talk about is True Love Waits and kind of really diving into True Love Waits because I know our church wasn't the only church that did it. I think I kind of felt like our church was the only church that did at the time. But now that I'm older, I'm pretty sure there's other churches that do.
We'll have to add some clips and pictures for you guys.
Yes, but
True Love Waits. It was Brother Rufus and his wife. Right, that taught that class, I think. I think it was them. And shoot, I remember being nervous because I was like, this sounds like a huge commitment.
I'm dead.
But I mean, also though, I was taught a lot about STDs. So I remember in middle school, we had a class in health and they were showing us pictures. And I'm pretty sure I was scarred from that already. I'm pretty sure I was already scarred from that.
Sis said, I ain't having no sex.
So, it felt like it wasn't too hard for me to just go ahead and wait. But I still do remember thinking oh man, this is a commitment. And at the time, I felt like I could do it. I felt like I lasted a very long time.
Yeah, we both did, actually.
Proud of myself for that. Because it's a big commitment. And I think that is something that maybe we could have done when we were a little older.
Yeah, agreed.
We were kind of young to make a kind of commitment like that.
Yeah. But
I do believe it's a necessary. But, it depends on the person. But I would encourage it.
Yeah, personally. I agree. I was thinking about what you just said because I was literally just thinking about, I think we were, 14 when we took that class. And, again.
Not even in high school yet. And so, I mean, I would like to think for most of us, we weren't even thinking, trying to be sexually active anyway. And there was an age range of us that were taking the class. I know it was us and then some older ones too that, were in high school and stuff like that. But it was a lot of us that took that class. They gave us books. We kind of we read out of a book about True Love Waits, and we got rings too.
That was
we got our fingers sized.
Yes, and we got True Love Waits rings. But I would say the same that I think it would probably be because we knew what sex was at 13, 14. It's not like we were ignorant. It's just the fact that, again, I felt like, although it was definitely within good intent and something that I still would encourage, I think that age, it probably should have came when we were a little older in high school age, because then temptation is starting to set in high school versus middle school. I don't know. I guess just the way I'm thinking about it though is like they got us so young, and it was just like, okay, this is what you got to do, type of thing.
This is
and
commitment.
this is the commitment that you have to make. And I mean, honestly, again, I wasn't ignorant and naive. Like, I knew what sex was. I knew, like, you know, what the Bible says about, you know, sex before marriage and all this other kind of stuff. So it's not like I didn't understand and grew up thinking I was being bamboozled into, taking this class when I was so young and they were trying to make this impression on me. And I never felt that way, although I do still agree that we probably should have been a little older.
Yeah.
But
hindsight.
Hindsight. But I remember I took great pride in that ring. We wore it on our ring finger.
I wore it. Yeah.
I wore it, and I wore it for a long time.
Yeah, we made it through high school.
We made it through high school, you know.
Majority of college, too.
Yeah, if we're being honest. And so I just remember just taking a lot of pride in it and being proud to talk about it. That's what I remember for myself, is that I was never even...
And people will look at you crazy.
They will, and that's what I'm about to say.
People talk about you. Yeah.
Yes, because once you get into high school... And I would like to think, like, even though looking back at pictures, I'm like, ooh, I looked a hot ass mess.
No, for
but
real.
like, people thought I was cute in high school. I was still getting chose, you know, and
the baddest on the block somehow. Don't know how, but the standards were different back then.
Right. And so, you know, that's when, you know, first boyfriends happen. Like, and I'm just talking like in general, but. You know, that's when I guess those temptations and those, because everybody has those urges. I mean, that's just a human thing. And so I still remember then, though, being like, nope, I got my true love.
I enjoyed flirting more than anything, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just like, I didn't really have to take it to the next level. Flirting was good enough for me, you know, the attention.
That's how you get. Yeah.
That was good. You know, back then, so it wasn't as hard. But you know, everybody's different. Yeah. But people were, you know, oh, you're gonna wait. That's good for you, or could it be me,
right.
or whatever, and whatever their circumstance now. That I don't know, but you know, people will make comments. But if it's for you, because I see a lot of people doing like celibacy now. I don't think it's the same as like, ooh, but there is still people that will be like, ooh.
Right. And, you know, I do feel like I'm still so glad that, I mean, because there have been times where I could have done it at this age or that, you know, whatever. But I'm so glad that I did wait as long as I did. And, you know, and you know this too, because I feel like we have a friend or a few maybe. Not that I'm thinking of specifically like, oh, this person. But I'm just saying, I do know I've had people be like, oh, wow, you're still waiting. Or like as we've gotten older, oh, wow, you're still waiting, or you didn't start having sex until this age. Like, wow, that's so, I wish I would have waited. I wish, you know, whatever. And so, you know, being in high school, whether people were making comments like, what, you're not, what, you know, but those same people would probably years later say like, dang, I wish I would have waited. I wish I wouldn't have had sex with this person. I wish they weren't my first. I heard a lot of that. Yeah. As we got a little older, like, oh, I wish I would have.
Had that side too.
Yeah.
That's true. Because some people was really out here popping that. Okay. You know, in high school, like it was. It was getting paid for it. Stop.
Please stop. Too much.
Keep it, my lipstick. Keep it PG, whatever.
But,
okay. Yeah. What else?
And then the last thing really that really sticks in my mind is me and India got baptized together.
Oh, yes, we did.
It
was 11? I want to say 11.
Was it? I was thinking 12, 13. Oh, I might be so off.
Almost, because remember we got a little certificate. I wish I had the certificate because it does say the date on it. I think it was in the summer. I want to say it was like June or July.
I remember we went to go get ice cream after.
We did at Brahms.
Parents took us to Brahms.
Yes. Yeah. My dad baptized us, and it was a beautiful moment.
It was.
I remember when I first saw the communion bread, I told my god sister Victoria, hey girl, I was like, yeah, I want to get baptized so I can get the juice and bread. She was like, she had to really explain to me, like, that's not what it's for. Like, so she kind of explained to me when I was young. And then, getting older, and you really think you're going through some stuff in middle school. And then I remember we were just looking at each other. We were like, are we going to do it? Are we going to do it? Or something like that. And we went up there together.
And then India started crying. So then I started crying because I'm like, why would you cry?
Look.
And I didn't want to cry. And then, when someone cries and then you start crying, because it was like a very...
We cried together.
We crowed together. I cried, you crewed, we crowed together.
We crowed
together. Yeah. But, yeah, I remember us getting baptized together. And, yeah, we was in that thing, be in church. We was in that thing, church. We was in church, like, together. And when they saw one, they saw the other. Or if they didn't see
let's
one.
talk about that. Now, I'll tell you, our church, boy... Where's your friend? Where's your best friend? If they saw one of us and didn't see both of us together, they'd be like, where's your sidekick? Where's your...
Yeah, exactly. Because, we were thick as thieves.
Thick as thieves.
Forever.
For sure.
And so I remember just at some point, like, as we were just getting older and just we were naturally, like, living our own lives, but we were obviously still best friends, it kind of just became annoying. Like, okay, like, we're really not joined at the hip. Yes, that's my best friend, but I don't know where she at. She at home. I don't know.
Exactly.
But that's just how it was. You see India, you see Tanisha. You see Tanisha, you see India. And
that's how it was.
Yeah. Thick as thieves. Two peas in a pod.
Even through our transitions of, like, high school, I had started getting my own friends, and she started having her own high school friends. We still was able to, like, come together and blend our friends together and stuff.
Yeah,
and
we did.
Still make it happen.
So I think that kind of sums up our bit of the childhood for the most part, but I just kind of wanted to get into our childhood
some of the childhood memories.
Childhood memories and nostalgia that we
had a lot of those.
Yes.
I think what we put on here, the sleepovers. The sleepovers.
Those are fun.
Now, y'all remember when Disney Channel, we used to come together and be like sitting at the TV at 7:00 to watch the movies at the sleepovers.
Yes.
I remember I had one where we watched the Cheetah Girls.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like Andrea, boy, we really just doing all them sleepovers all the time.
Yep.
Like, what's that called? We really had a sisterhood, a village or whatever. Mm-hmm. You would say a tight knit group, and we're still friends to this day, which I love.
And then you and Jalen combined y'all's birthday at one time.
Yes,
I was like, that was a sleepover too, right? Was it a sleepover?
I know
y'all combined y'all's birthday.
We done it a couple times. I know one for sure was putt. We combined our birthdays, and we had like a little golfing party, but we had birthdays around the same month. Even Deja, I think we combined with Deja too.
Yeah, y'all before, are all in August.
Because we're all in August.
Yeah, that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
The sleepovers, or even like, remember we used to have 2 services for church. So we'd go home with our friend.
Yes, and then go to evening service.
I remember going with Andrea. I used to love going with Andrea family because we go to Steak and Ale.
And then get them salads. Remember they tell them salads. Our church folks gonna be upset with us.
Oh yes,
telling all the business.
Yes, speaking of though, I used to love going home. With
they shut down. They shut down.
Did they?
Yeah, girl, that's not.
Goodness.
At least the one that we used to go to. It's not there no more.
Oh wow, yeah, that was. I remember their bread. Their bread was really good.
I just remember them salads.
I'm gonna hit you. No, and then one thing that we used to do every year in the summer, going to Six Flags. Remember?
Oh
we
gosh,
went to Six Flags every year.
We had the season pass.
The season passes, yep.
So we would go almost every weekend, every other weekend, because we had a pass. We get in for free.
Now that we talk about it, I gotta talk about when I thought it was raining.
Ooh. Go ahead. Go
Oh
ahead.
my God. Man, where were we on? Mr. Freeze?
Mr. Freeze.
We on Mr. Freeze, right? India's sitting next to me. And we went
We on a
up.
roller coaster. Of course, I was sitting next to her.
Okay, yeah. We on the roller coaster, and you know it goes up, back, whatever. And I just remember, I said, "It's raining." I didn't know it was raining. I turned around.
You gotta say it right. You gotta say it right. So we on the roller coaster. It's doing all the backflips and stuff on the Mr. Freeze. Now I know I didn't drool. I said, "Oh God!" I was wiping my face. But Tanisha, you know, the ride ends, and Tanisha was like, "Was it raining out there?" I'm about to cry. Tanisha was like, "Was it raining?"
I look over and Indy doing this,
And I'm over here wiping my mouth.
and it was her slobber the whole time.
She said, "Girl, you wasn't slobbering on me." In real life.
It was so nasty. It was so nasty.
You nasty.
Oh my god!
I said, "I'm sorry, I can't help that the gravity brought this." I'm screaming the slobber.
It was disgusting. I'll never forget that because I really thought it was raining, and it was just her nasty slobber all on me.
Oh God.
Oh gosh! Oh my
So
goodness!
funny.
That's hilarious. But yeah, no, we would go to Six Flags like every summer. Our families, our little brothers,
We go with our families, our
friends.
little brother.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, we have brothers that are the same age too.
but yeah, that was good times. But one thing, me and India we didn't used to dress alike like that, but
No, yeah.
there's a picture of us. We used to have overalls together.
Oh yes, our
Overalls.
matching outfit.
And jellies. Jellies are making a comeback.
Jellies
Are like back in rotation,
The
but
gel shoes.
jellies were like in. And I had pink. Did you have?
I want to say,
or I had
I think
clear
I
with
had
glitter.
pink.
I had clear with glitter. I think. I
Uh-huh.
don't know, but them jellies, they was it. And
You had the Melissas too, didn't you? Because I feel like you were like, remember the Melissas? And I was like, I don't remember Melissas.
I don't remember Melissa.
You don't? Oh, okay, maybe that was somebody else. Never mind.
I'm still crying.
Right? And I'm like,
But India brought up the fact that I would always burn CDs.
yes, Tanisha had, like, look, I was the more sheltered one. We had a computer, but we didn't have internet. So Tanisha, I would go to her house and get on her MySpace.
Yes, MySpace days.
So I never had an account, but I lived through her MySpace.
You did.
And then she also had, what was it, LimeWire? What was it?
Yeah, when LimeWire was hot.
And she would burn CDs. So that's how we would get all the songs too. And we would go on road trips with a CD player
Yes.
and listen.
Yes, I still
Some
got them
songs.
CDs in my car too. All the CDs.
Oh, remember
that
them
were burned.
bootlegs? Y'all had the bootleg too.
Bootleg movies.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, my dad would get bootleg movies from the
From the corner store.
no where he
Oh.
got his haircut,
Oh.
the barbershop.
That
but
makes sense.
but yeah, that's when CD players were in. iPods. Didn't you have an iPod?
I had an MP3 or
You had an MP3.
MP3 player.
Okay.
I didn't get an iPod until those things weren't even popping when I got that. I
No,
want it.
what was really cool. So yes, India's right. She was more sheltered. I have an older sister who's 9 years older. So a lot of things I knew and had were also because I had an older sister that was already like living,
Experienced.
more experienced. And so I, all them bad songs I shouldn't have known, like my sister, and stuff like that.
Hey,
but
Lanika.
hey, Lanika, shout out to my sister Lanika. But yeah, I just bring it back to India for the most part. And like she said, she would kind of live through me. But one thing that India had that I was like, oh yes, girl, was India had her own phone line.
Oh yes.
You got that for your birthday, right? 13th birthday or something.
Yeah, 13th.
India had her own phone line, and I was like, oh baby, this is it.
We used to be calling each other because we used to have to
Yes.
share the phone with the house phone, and our mamas, of course, was always on
Mhm.
phones. So it was like fighting.
Yeah.
But I got my own phone line. We used to do 3-way.
Oh,
Everything.
that was so fun.
Talking to boys.
Yes, I remember you having that phone line, and I called the wrong number by accident, and I called
I remember
some
that.
guy, some boy, and I was like, "Oh, I have the wrong number," and he called me back.
Oh Lord,
I remember that. Anyway, but yeah, she had her own phone line, and then I got my cell phone. I think I ended up getting my cell phone at 13. So was it a Nokia or something? You know, them.
Put your minutes.
Yeah, now that's true. Like,
oh my gosh,
way back is like we were still in that era of like, no, you had to. The numbers were the numbers were the letters.
Yes,
and
the
stuff
numbers
like
of
that.
letters. Yes,
The kids don't know
so
about
you had
that
to keep
these days.
clicking until you got to the letter.
But having minutes and all that kind of stuff. Ah, just good times.
We used to prank people on Tanisha's cell phone.
Yes, we pranked my dad that time.
We loved pranking people.
Oh, that was
like our thing.
Yes.
Calling somebody, talking crazy. Remember, he was like, "Is this Bob? You cheating on me with Bob?"
Who did we call? Or no, we were with Jalen. That was with Jalen.
Which one?
With the I think Jalen was the one that was like, "Do you know Bill Bob? Whatever.
Oh, yeah.
He's cheating on me." Wasn't that with Jalen?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
But I remember us doing that prank. We was just bad kids.
I wouldn't say.
I mean, we wasn't bad, but you know, mischievous.
We were just into stuff. But
What's
we
mischievous
were.
Me.
Stop. I don't even think we were mischievous, honestly. Not together. I might have been mischievous on my own, like when I was like younger. But I feel like we were pretty like wholesome and
yeah, we was wholesome for the most part. Yeah, nothing like, crazy. Yeah,
and I guess that doesn't mean that we weren't mischievous. I guess, but I don't think I'd say we were mischievous like that.
She was, y'all. One time she was driving the car off the church parking lot. Her mama had to get her together real quick, and I'm in the car like.
It was your mom's van.
Oh, it was my mom's car too.
It was her mom's van.
Tanisha was in the car driving off the church parking lot.
I don't remember us driving. I don't
you
remember.
You moved the car.
The car moved, but
it didn't. I mean, it didn't drive off the parking lot. I'm being dramatic.
She's exaggerating because.
But the car moved.
I remember what it was too, because you were like, "I want to turn on the radio." We wanted to listen to Radio Disney. Radio Disney. So innocent. We wanted to listen to Radio Disney, and she didn't know how to turn the car on, and I was like, "Oh, I can turn it on," and I turned it on, and I must have
turned the whole car on, put it in drive.
I don't know what I did, and I just remember your mom saying, "My car," and then my mom, "We get you the house."
If y'all know her mama,
if you know my mom, that deep voice.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I was trying to be. You know when you get a whooping, or when you know you about to. Did you get whoopings like that?
I did not get whoopings like that.
Well,
but I did. I got whooped, but it wasn't like that.
I got whoopings like that. Okay, and I just remember, and I think anybody that got whoopings can like attest to this. Like when you know you about to get a whooping, like you try to be on your best behavior.
Oh, I was gonna say put a couple underwears on.
That too.
I've tried that before.
But like I would try if I knew the whooping was coming later, because my mom or dad would say like, "Oh, when we get back to the house or whatever, I'm gonna whip you." I try to be on my best behavior. So that night specifically, I was just dreading it in the car. I was like, "Oh my God, she's gonna whip me, she's gonna whip me." And so I was just being such a good child that night. "Okay, Mom, since you need to get in the tub, you need to go." "Okay, Mom," like no talking back. I remember like I was trying to be so good because I was hoping that she would forget about that whipping. Like, you know, oh, she's being so good. I don't need a whipper.
She's doing good. She learned her lesson.
Yeah. I got out that tub and I think she whipped me naked.
Oh,
I was like, dang. I thought I was
not naked.
Yes.
Well, that's the worst.
Oh my God.
Not that bare booty.
The bare booty. I didn't even have the time to put on multiple clothes.
Underwear.
Multiple pants, clothes, nothing. I was just like, oh, okay.
Excuse me.
She did not forget. But yeah, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. Miss Alice. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
That was
we could go on for days, honestly.
Well,
anywho.
Any closing thoughts? Anything you want to wrap up?
I'm trying to think if I should tell them this one last story.
Gosh, I feel embarrassed because I know it.
It has to do with her, Tanisha. I remember one time Tanisha was like, "Come with us," but because we, like she said, after church we would go to each other's house and stuff. And she wanted me to come over with them again, but this time we couldn't because our parents had other plans.
I remember this.
But she was like, "Just stay in the car." So we in the back seat, and she was like, "Just stay in the car." The car started moving, and then her mama hear my voice. She's like, "India, is that you back there, girl? Your mama looking for you, or your mom gonna be looking for you?" And they drove back to the church. Did they get that far?
I don't remember all that.
I just know that she talked me into staying in her car and going with her anyways, but our parents said no because we was doing something else. I can't remember. But yeah, they was pretty hot about that. They thought they lost me for a second.
Yeah, I remember my mom forgot me at church a couple times.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Mm-hmm. She
Dang.
did. And then I think I had to go home with somebody, or she
Really?
had to. It depended on how far
I
away
remember
she was.
this.
Yeah.
How
It's
she
fine.
forget you?
I don't know, but there's been a couple times she forgot me.
Oh
But-
my, that's happened to some other people too before. I won't name them, but that has happened. But
Where they forgotten?
forgot somebody. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
I'll tell you after. No. But we really had some good memories, some fun times, some good people. We were raised by we had a good village. Even our aunties and uncles at the church
yeah, that's true. Because
have instilled in us to this day.
we're still, even though we don't really attend the same church, like that's still family, and that's still like
We
go
still
back. Those
visit
are our roots.
time to time.
We go back, and they love to see us, and how we've grown, and even
Have
some
families
of the
now.
have families married and all that kind of stuff. And so, I'm very grateful for. It started off as Arlington Church of Christ, and then we just moved on to Graceway Church. But very grateful for where we started, how we grew up, and the people at our church that have always loved and cared for us. Even like we was going home with like adults sometimes. Miss Nikki, we spent the night with
Miss Nikki, Miss Adrian,
Miss Paula. We went over to Miss Paula's house. Don't do it. She hates
Shoot,
that
even
picture.
I know I hate that picture. Ashley, Paula's
Oh yes, Ashley.
niece,
Yes.
Ashley. So we've had a lot of people. What's the word? Fill our cup.
Pour into
And
us.
pour
Yeah.
into us. Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Over the years to make us who we are. So we definitely have to give them props. Our parents and what we like to call our village.
Yep. And I'm grateful also that, you kind of already touched on this, that we're still good friends with all of the girls we grew up with. And I feel like that's kind of rare too,
Yeah.
Like I can say even as we've gotten older, and like some of the girls at our church, like Andrew's in New York, and, the rest of us are here, but we have our own lives, our own families, and just own careers, things going on. But yet we still have a group chat, and we make a attempt to make sure that we check in on each other, pray for each other, try to get together if we can, if we're all in the same place at the same time. Excuse me. So that's a beautiful thing, because I truly
A lot of
believe
people
in
don't have
sisterhood.
that.
And,
Yeah. And it's a real one, like not just for fun and giggles. Like we going through it. Like pray for me. Like So
For real
I
stuff.
really, that's important. So we're grateful.
we are grateful.
Thank you. So
But
yeah,
I think that wraps it up.
I think
though.
that wraps it up.
Yes.
We can talk your ears off.
Oh yeah, but we'll save it for the next episode. But thanks for
Yes.
tuning in with us. Your secret safe with me, and check us out on the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.